cut 10,000 off of it.
He lying. This is a 2014 911 Carrera. For a sports car, this thing really sounds weak.
I didn't hear you pull it on.
Exactly.
We're gonna go ahead and remove this and come up with something crazy. The cool thing about customization is this ain't sketched out. This is just art.
I'm Bill Carlton. I built my first truck when I was 16. And ever since, me and my guys have been out here creating with our hands. Building the biggest, lowest, baddest custom trucks and cars in the game. People don't come here for what they need. They come here for what they want. This is Texas Metal. My dad bought this property in 1976. This was, back then the perfect layout for him and his part of the marriage. The house that I grew up in was right here. And there was a little 30 by 40 shop in the back. I just started adding on here. Need a little more room? Put a little carport out here. That's me and the kid across the street getting on a forklift with a welding machine, building every part and piece of this structure you see. And it just kind of evolved into what it is now. It's an honor to be here. Today I'm getting a visit from a great guy named Justin. He's a guy that has a lot of cars and loves customs. He drove all the way down here from his home in Arkansas with a project he said is perfect for extensive. What's happening, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Man, real good.
Justin.
Phil, so what brings you in today?
I've been appreciating your builds for a really long time. I saw that at Slamley Reunion, a few of these builds at LST and Midnight Fantasies.
A truck guy just like me.
Yep, exactly.
Nice, man, nice.
Yeah, I was in an accident a few years ago, and
Man, what kind of accident were you in?
I was in an explosion. I got burned 31% of my body on the 3rd and 4th degree. I never gave up. I never give up. It's too sharp. It's always been a dream of mine to have a big build done by Extensive.
Is that the new Ford truck outside?
It is.
Man, that's awesome, man. Let's go check it out and see what we can do with it.
All right.
This brand new Platinum Dually has all of 600 miles on it. It's top of the line, has plenty of power. It can pretty well yank a house off its foundation. Man, it's a nice truck.
Appreciate it. I just bought my truck. I've always wanted to build a really custom, brand new truck, first year out.
What are you seeing here, man? What are we going to do for you?
I'm wanting to lay it on the ground on big wheels.
What do you mean, like a 22-inch wheel?
24 to 26.
You got it, man.
What I'm getting out of this whole build is having a truck I could show at a show, but also tow my other show vehicles with me to a show.
Show and go.
Work and play all in one.
Nice. We can definitely handle that, man. Lowering this dually with giant wheels and tires and still maintaining the towing capacity is what sets us apart from any other shop around.
I want to color match some of the accent pieces, the headlights, side mirrors.
Little trim pieces here and there.
Little trim pieces here and there.
Justin wants to keep the design minimal, but, it's part of my job to help him dream big. I think we ought to step it up a little bit and just bring out some color, maybe a little copper or something in it. Really, right about the inside of it.
Color match all the aluminum trim and custom leather seats in it.
Just throw away the new Platinum seats, huh?
Throw them away.
Love it. That's what I like to hear. Rip out the new factory stuff and bring the custom in. Are you wanting to drop this off today, or?
Yeah, I can leave it with y'all if y'all give me a ride to the airport.
We can definitely handle that, man.
Okay.
We'll get you fixed up.
Cool deal. I guess you're gonna need these.
All right. Third-generation welder. My grandpa was a welder, and my dad taught me how to weld right here on this property. My dad taught me how to get a feel for the way something should look. I don't use computers. Instead, I just kind of step back, look at the vehicle, and just kind of get a feel for the way the finished product should look. What you got? A truck? F-350. This is a guy from Arkansas, and this is his dream to have a truck built by us.
Man, that's really cool. So what's the plan?
So here's what I'm thinking. This truck will be the ultimate show and dirty work. Of course I want to drop it to the floor with an extensive made air suspension, 26-inch wheels and tires, with a custom hitch to pull whatever, whenever. So he has other show cars that he's going to tow East Coast to West Coast.
That's extensive style, not losing towing capacity.
We'll get him hooked up. We're going to throw out the brand new interior and go full custom. On the outside, we're going to paint copper accents, even inside the headlights. It's going to look awesome.
So can I have those seat covers to put in my Dodge?
For what?
Have a Dodge Platinum. And nobody got a Dodge Platinum.
What do these things look like underneath the hood? We gotta move a bunch of shit like usual.
Man, I'm scared to pop the hood and see what's underneath it.
Let's pop it open and see.
See what we got.
Oh man, that is a lot to move.
This is a problem with working on new trucks. It's more computer than machine.
I guess I need to start making a list now.
Yeah,
Like
get the
right
paper
now.
out, buddy.
A lot of custom shops won't even tear into a late model vehicle. All the computers and the wiring and the engineering that's put into them, you pop the hood, tear them apart, you don't know what you're gonna get into.
So let's get it in and get it tore apart.
What's your hit?
As our share of Ford Dualies before, but this Platinum is so new to the market. This will be our first time with this exact model. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get the back all tore apart, get the bed off, blow all the suspension out, completely slick frame rails. Same with the front. We're gonna let Timmy help us. Yeah, I let Chingos help me.
Timmy's finally gonna work.
Oh,
And I came to work on time.
That's a good one.
Let's get this apart.
All right, let's go.
Don't catch me breaking it.
You know, the old trucks, you got plenty of room to work with. There's nothing under the hood.
Got it, Tim?
The newer trucks, the manufacturers just keep cramming and cramming and cramming all sorts of new technology in them, which makes our job hard because we need extra room for the air suspension and extra large wheels.
Right now, just trying to make a bunch of clearance. So we get here and get the cutting and welding. Take this off. Worst part about new trucks is all the wiring that we got to reroute to do everything.
You mean you?
I'm colorblind, so all in here, relocated, lengthened, moved to make room for the big wheel.
What do we got left?
So we can shove this up on top of the motor. This can go up. And just when you think you're making some room here, it's the same rat's nest over here of plugs and wires that we have to make room for over here. So all this has to be relocated too.
All right, let's get this thing on the lift. Let's get the bed off. Then we'll make room for the rear end airbags and tires.
Good?
Man, this whole frame configuration now is definitely going to throw a whole wrench in our program.
The setup we used to use ain't gonna work on this no more.
No, it's not. Because the frame bends in, we need to design a one-of-a-kind 4-link on the inside of the frame. Man, we're going to have to come up with every part and piece individual for this truck. In order to have a lot of room for these huge wheels to go up inside the fender well. I mean, what we got to do first, let's go ahead and get the rear end out. Let's get it mocked up with the wheels and make room.
Yeah.
Make everything. That means a lot of frame modifications and narrowing the axle.
All right, let's get this over with.
If we didn't make these modifications, this truck would go down, set on the tire, and ruin the fender wells. Cool, man. You got the mock-up wheels ready to roll?
Yeah.
Let's take some measurements on this thing real quick. See how much we got to cut off of it. Well, we got 101, so we'll take 7 inches off of each side. We're going to shorten this axle 14 inches total, and even that is going to leave us very little room for suspension. Let me check on the frame real quick. Should that be 30? Woohoo!
It'll be close. Real close.
This is what happens when you go into uncharted territory. There's nothing but headaches and heartache. You know, cutting down the axle is very technical. It's a perfect job for Elu. He was a kid across the street, just kind of showed up from time to time. Here we are 12 years later. He's one of my best fabricators.
I've been here for 13 years. First thing I started here was mowing the lawn. Now I'm taking apart this differential Super Duty, so it's kind of awesome. Good. Attack it. Good. More? Yeah. 16 off, so slide it back out. What I gotta do now is grind a 16th off of it to get it precise.
If it's off, 3/16, 3/32, 1/64, it's wrong. You gotta have it exact.
If you're gonna customize anything, there are no 2 days alike. You never know what's gonna pull into the parking lot at Extensive. From straight up boxes of rust to top of the line, we get them all. Hi, good morning.
Good morning. I'm Kim.
I'm Bill. This is a sports car with a 3.4 liter 6-cylinder engine with 350 horsepower. So what made you pick a Porsche?
I like them. They look like little race cars.
Bet you got a couple speeding tickets in this
Yes,
thing.
I do. I have my Porsche for about 2 years now, and rather than go get a whole nother one, I just thought I would make mine more customized for me.
You know, what about maybe exhaust, something like that? We could build something in-house that really makes it custom.
But that would be good. I always thought it was like a little, little wimpy sounding.
We can fix that. It seems like Kim has always driven performance cars, but she wishes this one sounded more like they used to. A hand-built exhaust is going to look good, sound good, might even add a little horsepower. Deeper tone, not nothing crazy loud. We can build all that in-house instead of just ordering something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I really like Porsches because I like driving them. I like how fast they are. I like the power.
You're in the right spot.
Cool.
It's all stock right now, right?
Yeah, everything.
So definitely some wheels and tires. Maybe white and black wheels, something like
White
that.
and black or white.
All right. What about a wing on the back, something like that to really
yes.
set it apart from everybody else's?
Yes, I like it a lot.
Well, the roof's already black on this thing. Maybe if we put some color down onto the hood, maybe drop down a little, glossy black. Set it apart.
Yeah, I like that. And you can always, at the end of all this, it's going to be like having a new car. It's going to even sound better. So it's probably going to make me want to go faster. I'm just going to have to really be careful now.
Well, shoot, let's go inside, do some paperwork, and we'll get going.
Okay, cool.
Want to make this car stand out, look good, sound good, the whole package. This is an expensive car, so it needs to have a sexy, clean, expensive look. When you're customizing a car like this, you can go too far. You could put the wrong wheels, wrong tires, the wrong wing. It's the same as color matching with the wrong color. Just those little subtleties make a huge, huge improvement or a huge, huge disaster. That's a fine balancing line right there.
Billy-o! More exotics. What's going on with it?
A sports car, this thing really sounds weak.
I didn't hear you pull it on.
Exactly. We need a custom exhaust for this thing. Anything you buy aftermarket sound like crap. We need some hand-built exhaust. Nice little throaty sound and not too obnoxious, okay? Just put some 21s on this thing all the way around. Black and white wheel, I think it'll really set this thing off. All right? Let's just wrap the hood gloss black so it ties into the whole top of it. Put a little wing on the back, just nothing crazy, no big whale tail or anything like that. Just subtle and classy. All right, it's a high-end car. We want it to still have its sexy appeal.
Okay, so I'm gonna get a hold to Ron. Get some wheels lined up. See what kind of time frame we're looking at. Get this wrap all lined up. Get a spoiler, wing, something subtle and classy. And then get that phone number from you so I can stay in tune with Kim.
That ain't gonna happen.
Man.
Justin's my go-to performance guy. He's gonna pull the old exhaust out and make something special.
These things sound pretty weak from the factory, so we're gonna go ahead and liven it up a little bit. So these things right here, they actually have 3 mufflers. They have this primary, and then from here it comes around to our secondary, and off the bottom, and noise comes out the back. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and remove this and make it sound like a real car. Once we get the tips removed, we're going to go ahead and pull the rear bumper so we can get a little more clearance around the factory system, kind of see what kind of room we have to work with and come up with something crazy. So the factory muffler absorbs a lot of the sound. You can see right here in the center, the discoloration. That's from restriction and flow. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these 2 pieces of tubing and we're going to cut the centers out. And we're going to create our own X pipe for this exhaust system, and we'll have a nice clean path for the exhaust gases to flow. I know this is going to give it a better sound.
Justin's making a custom exhaust for Kim's 2014 Porsche 911. It's starting to take shape. I can't wait to hear it.
We're blocking off all the ends, and we're going to run argon gas through the inside of the tubing as a back purge to keep it from sugaring up so that we get a better quality weld. One of the reasons we chose this design right here with the X pipe is because the factory bumper is going to stop right here. So from the rear of the car, you should be able to get a nice view of the custom exhaust system. So when it's going down the road and it sounded so good, you'll be able to see why.
Let's get this, fresh. Actually save it, you can probably sell it to somebody.
Yeah, because it's brand new. And
why you gotta cuss me, man?
Hey, man, don't talk to me like that.
Hold on, I got some sweat on you. Tim and Jamie are still making room in the front end on this F350 dually that only has 600 miles on it.
So we're gonna clear all this off. We'll put all new custom-made suspension right there.
It's taking all day to get this shock off.
I'm glad you said it.
Today.
Did you get it? Huh. This ought to be like a big ball of excitement. Good job, James.
Good job.
We need to tear this truck apart and then put it all back together again. But we won't be needing these factory springs. Lulu,
What?
1 second. I'll grab this. Jamie, you grab that arm.
Ready?
All the weights right here, buddy. Hey, Ryan.
Yeah,
Here a second.
there you go.
Get that arm.
I got the arm. Got it.
Push her down. Push her down.
Boom, done.
Much of fortune, cutting, and slag just falling off, burning Jamie in the feet.
Even with the factory springs out of the way, we're still gonna need to keep cutting to fit the big old wheels. Let's get this thing mocked up. It's pretty close. Man, just see right off the bat, the wheel is gonna come all the way up to about here with all the air deflated. So all this has to get completely cut. Even the firewall, the wiring harness, all the hoses, everything is in the way. Yeah. It's not every day you get to cut into the fender structure of a brand new truck. But you know, it's one of the things I love about this job. Get that all chopped out, just bottom it out, and make sure it's the right height. Yeah, that's good. I know this looks crazy, taking this brand new truck and cutting out all the inner fender structure. You're right. It's all good, because John's going to weld a new inner fender well, which will make it just as strong as it was before.
All right, ready? Go ahead and stack it up, bottom it out.
How we looking, John?
Looking good. So far, so good. We'll make the cut on the other side, and then we'll build out the air suspension. At least we know it'll all fit. Barely.
Man, people gonna freak out once they see this big old wheel tucking under this $80,000 truck, huh?
Hell yeah. I think I just cut 10,000 off of it.
Ain't lying.
In air suspension, the back has to go just as low as the front, so Ryan's creating a step notch so the axle can go all the way up into it and the truck is set flat on the ground.
Now that I got my notch plates up here, I'm gonna go ahead and get the belly plates in there. That way we can knock out this intersection.
You know, a lot of people just cut a notch in the frame, call it good, super unsafe. We're going to build a step notch from scratch, make this frame stronger than it ever was from the factory.
Now all that's welded. I'm about to void all warranties. The welds look good. Everything's solid. Now comes the fun part. Get to reinvent the wheel. Gotta make 4 links, probably some cross members, get the rear end in here, see what we're working with.
With the notch plates welded, the guys are going to start making the custom air suspension.
Watch your eyes.
At this point, the air is deflated out of the bag, which will have the truck laid out on the frame at its lowest point. Whenever we inflate the bag with air, the suspension is going to drop, which will raise the truck off the ground to its ride height, where you have a comfortable riding position.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
When you know, just when we're getting a little momentum on the dually, the client Justin calls, switches things up on us.
Man, I've been buying a little extra few projects, and I've got 3 cars to haul now, and I was wondering what y'all's suggestions would be to haul behind that F-350.
Shows.
That's right.
He's got the automotive addiction. Yeah, we can build you a gooseneck hitch into the framework. You know, roll the tubing and everything up, man, make you really like a piece of art in the back of the truck.
I like that idea.
You know, this gooseneck hitch is going to bring even more show to the tow. What more could you ask for? Hell yeah, man, we'll get it done for you, man. We'll knock it out.
All right, cool deal.
You know, it's a bigger job, more work, way more time, but it's definitely going to take this truck to the next level, set it totally apart. You got the 4-lane going? Good, good.
Yes, sir.
Crossbar bent. Everything looks good, but we got a little change.
What's that, Bill?
Tube work we're already put in, we got to cut that off. On a huge job like this 2017 Platinum truck, it's never easy to get a last-minute change up from the client unless it makes the build even better. So he's going to get a 3-car hauler and haul 3 custom cars now. So we're going to have to build a gooseneck hitch in the back. A gooseneck hitch is welded inside the bed directly to the frame. It makes it so you can hook up a gooseneck trailer to haul some really large loads. Yeah, let's start out with the bag mount skid so people just see the truck and just go, wow, man, I can't believe you still pull a trailer with this low truck? Mm-hmm. Damn right, man. Yeah. It's going to be a work truck just as much as it is a show truck. Let's do it, man. Holler if y'all need something. All right, cool.
Everything's gonna fit. That way we can work around where this gooseneck bar needs to go.
You know, I trust John to see my vision through. He'll You'll start bracing it with tubes to make it look like a sculpture, but also give it lots of strength. You know, I like to combine form and function on every project we have. What good is a dually if you can't tow anything with it?
What you thinking about back here?
We can go ahead and cut that out.
Gotcha.
The cool thing about customization is this ain't sketched out. This is just binge. Put it on there, see how it looks, and then go with the flow. By the time you know it, when you're done, like, wow, look at this, you know, art. Man, that looks good, Johnny. That was a whole lot of work.
Man, it's exactly what this truck needed. We'll do 2 different trailer balls. We'll do one, you know, he can haul a trailer and still get it all messed up, and then when we get to a show, put the nice little gold one. Nobody else on earth is going to have something like this. Kim's 2014 Porsche 911 sounds great. Now it's time to make it look as good as it sounds.
Tight on the corners.
We're wrapping the hood, mirrors, and even the spoiler. And new wheels and tires. Kim's ride looks better than new, just like she wanted. Car club here in Houston that meets every Sunday. I figured it's a perfect place to give Kim her car and even meet some new friends.
This is really cool.
You can definitely fit in with all these nice cars here.
Okay, cool.
You ready to see it?
Yes, I'm dying to see my car. Bring it on. Oh my God! Wow, it's clean. It is so fine. Cooler than I ever thought.
Hello, how are you?
Hi! Thank you for bringing my car.
What do you think? You like it?
I love it. The wheels are amazing.
I just love how these things look with the black lip, the white face. It just really sets it apart from any other one on the road.
I agree. So much better.
The next thing, we wrap the hood, and it just flows all the way down from the hood to the top of the car, all the way back to the new carbon fiber wing
cool.
on the back. Just something
that's
subtle.
Super cool.
That it changes the whole look of the car. Check it out. You see underneath there? It's all handmade.
Oh,
it's all out of stainless, so it's got a really cool tone to it. I think you're really, really going to like it. Now when you get in it, you can actually push on the gas and you can hear something. It sounds like a sports car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Hearing the car when it drove up was amazing, and I can't wait to hear what it sounds like when I get in it. That sounds cool. Oh my God, I love it because my first car was a Camaro, and I always missed that sound.
Good tone to it, not just overbearing.
And it's like a tube amp on an old stereo. That warm. When I'm riding in the car, I can't see all the stuff he did, but I can hear it. It still looks classy. It's still me. It's very much me. He's probably gonna be driving it until I run out of gas. Oh, Bill, y'all knocked out of the park. Thank y'all so much. Extensive did an amazing job. All of y'all.
Well, I can't say enough about my team that I have at the shop. We always come through. Great day. Kim's happy. We're happy. It doesn't get better than that.
Now, what are you gonna do when everybody wants to do theirs just like mine?
Well, yours is just gonna have to be one of a kind. Good. All the custom suspension on Justin's 2017 F350. And I have an idea for one more touch of custom. Man, this is where we're going to put the little never give up. Maybe even put gold letters on it.
Yeah.
You know, to match all the rest of the gold in the truck, man. A plaque to commemorate Justin's road to recovery. Rudy will cut it out on plasma, then we'll emboss it with the words never give up. Now that they finish welding this up, it's off to paint to color match the truck. It'd be a crime to hide this hitch under the bed, so Ely was going to make an opening in the bed for the world to see.
Got the measurements all measured out on the floor of the F350 bed. I'm going to end up cutting it out for the notch.
We're going to cut these rear fender wells out so this truck is set completely flat on the ground with these big 26-inch wheels.
Got that cut out. Now that I have cut everything out of the bed, now I have to make these new fenders fit from scratch. Hey, buddy. I got a job for you, Jesse.
Easy or hard?
Depends on you.
In order to make the wheel well wider, Jesse's taking up the aluminum pieces together. TIGGing is the best way to weld aluminum because it's the purest weld there is.
Now that we got these welded up, I'm gonna make sure they fit perfectly in the bed.
How you going, Lulu?
Yeah, just finished it up.
Go ahead and put it on the truck and check it out. Make sure everything fits, then we'll pull it back off and finish welding and do everything.
All right then.
Finalize.
Cool.
In the back. That good? It looks really, really good, man.
Man, it looks badass.
Got your game face on?
Yes, sir. Let's get her.
I asked our interior guys, John and Heath, to make it official. It's time to replace those new seats with something custom.
Man, you gotta love ripping off new seat covers to put in even newer seat covers. Yes, sir. Yes.
I mean, these are some really nice seats, nice covers. They've got nice emblems on them, but they're not quite cool enough. So we're going to take these off. We're going to put on some nice custom covers. All right, as you can see with the new seat cover, we've got perforations in it. Nice top stitching with the black. Really cool design. It's going to be a nice deal when we get them all done. Well, getting rid of the expensive ass platinum covers didn't make them any lighter.
No, it's still a little bit heavy. Hey, look at that. Made it in without scratching them expensive ass platinum seats
And putting in these expensive ass Aaliyah suits.
I like the way they're sculpted though. This is gonna finish it off right here.
Yes, sir. I think we are done. You know what that means?
Taco time.
Taco time.
Let's roll.
You know, at the beginning, I wanted to do copper accents all throughout, but you just can't order that.
So these are them. You're thinking white platinum for the main bezel, yeah?
Right, yeah, right inside here, transparent gold right here, and all the rest here,
Okay.
you know, white.
Perfect. Kristen is taking off the outer bracket right there. then from there, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna cut along the edge. This looks like a really easy job. It's not. If you get some random guy messing with your lights, you know, that leads to potentially fogging up or the paint not being done properly. The last thing you want to do is have a $100,000 truck and then the very front centerpiece of the truck, the headlights being messed up.
After removing the chrome pieces from the lights, they de-chromed them with a special chemical.
We'll just let it do its thing for a minute. All chrome before.
They color match some of the pieces to match the white on the truck. And others rose gold.
Oh, damn. That looks sick. It's gonna be wild. Lights turned out killer. I know the owner's gonna absolutely love them. Can't wait to see them on the truck. Boom.
Man, I got you a little something.
Man, always looking out for me.
Man, I've been thinking, you know, on Justin's dually, we're gonna do 26s. We can't let him do that, man. We gotta put 28s on. We gotta change that up.
I knew you got to have it.
Justin wants this to be a show truck. The larger wheel, the lower profile tire complement this design even more.
Man, you know they already started building the 26s. I should have known. Bill's a perfectionist. Nothing's ever done until it drives out of the shop.
Put the brakes on that. Switch up.
I'll do it. All right.
Turned 16, my dad bought me my first truck. He got me my first Silverado. Had auto mechanics in high school. Took the truck to school, cut the coil springs, took leaf springs out of the back, came home. The thing sitting real low to the ground. I thought he was gonna kill me. He took it to a mechanic, made them put it back to stock, and took that away from me for 6 months. Thought I was crazy. You know, that's when, you know, my friends wanted me to work on their cars to me, and they just kind of evolved into a business. You know, grinding, welding, cutting, and thousands of cars later, here we are. Never in my wildest dreams would have ever thought that I'd be here, you know, talking to you about how we got here. Thing's almost as tall as you are.
It is as tall as me.
The new wheels are in. That thing is badass. In Justin's 2017 Ford F-350 is all along I wanted to add copper accents to the rims and the body parts. And now we finally found the perfect paint. It's called rose gold. It really popped. His reaction when he sees this thing, because Justin wants to show and tow with this truck. We're out here today, Texas Strong Car Show. What better place to show Justin his truck? There should be a ton of great custom cars there, even a few from Extensive. Man, Justin, thank you for coming out, man.
How's it going, brother?
I know you've been waiting quite a while. I know when you came to Extensive, you had a few things on your list. Well, we took those things, we built upon them, and we really built you a bad truck.
So you're saying, I have a truck here, built by you, Extensive, and it's sick.
Man, no doubt.
I'm super excited to see it.
You ready to check it out?
I'm ready to check it out.
Let's do it, man.
Look at the copper on that dude, man. Bad. I love that.
That was one.
That's exactly what I wanted. When I first saw my truck come out, I was just jaw dropped, amazed.
Check it out, Justin. One of a kind. We got new grill. You can see killed it on that.
Right.
I mean, the headlights have been totally blown apart, sprayed for you, put back together. There's not another set like this. This is especially built for you. And of course, you can't miss the huge 20 wheels. I mean, these are all handmade, especially for this truck. There ain't another truck like this with 28s on it laying on the ground. The factory suspension, we threw it away. This is all handmade.
A lot of cutting and modifying to get that huge 28-inch wheel in there. We had to move reservoirs and extend wiring harnesses, move fuse boxes. A lot of engineering went into that to get that big
Batteries, air box.
It looks good.
Endless.
It looks sick, actually. So you got rid of the platinum seats?
Yeah, man. Totally blew this thing apart. You know, color match all inside. I know you wanted to bring some color inside.
Interior's amazing. Really ties everything in.
Even to the back. You had a bumper pull trailer. You switched up on us on the mid-build.
I did.
Had to have a gooseneck hitch, right?
Right.
You know, John, the guys at the shop, got down on this.
Right.
That is a few weeks worth of work just in that right there.
That thing will hold a ton of weight.
Right.
You can put 4 cars on there if you want. They'll pull it, no problem.
It looks really sick. All the tubing work on the gooseneck was amazing. You know, I'll be able to tow a big trailer with it.
Made a little something special back here in the back, man.
And that says never give up, Bill.
Yeah.
When I saw never give up on the gooseneck, I was just struck because I didn't expect to see that on the truck at all, and I'm really, really happy with it. And that's amazing.
We made that for you, man, and that's just something for everybody else to see, the struggle that you went through,
Right.
You know, where you're at in your life, and
Right.
we're happy to build this for you.
I love it.
Just
Can't wait to drive it.
You're part of us now, man. Pull it up with the rest of them.
Appreciate it. I wanted an extensive build for about 20 years. When the truck came out, you know, it was a starstruck reality that I actually own one now.
It is awesome for us to be able
I want to thank Bill with Extensive and all his guys for the hard work. They never gave up, like my motto, and I'm really, really happy with it.
handmade air suspension. You know, laying it out's a big job. Can't wait to see this thing on the ground. I think it's bad. 2016 Lamborghini Aventador, 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. Damn, we need to get this thing a little bit lower to the ground.
The Lambo? Ain't gonna work.
It ain't, man. Y'all ready to check it out? I'm Bill Carlton. I built my first truck when I was 16. And ever since, me and my guys have been out here creating with our hands. Building the biggest, lowest, baddest custom trucks and cars in the game. People don't come here for what they need. They come here for what they want. This is Texas Metal. Man, it looks like it's on fire over here. Dorian, what's happening?
What's up, man? Spot?
Isabella and Dorian are a great couple. I'm in Houston. They've done work for me in the past, so it's only natural for them to come to me when they want a truck built. What is this?
A Grumman. It's an old bread truck.
You didn't pay anything for this, did you?
Nobody liked it, but I do. I see a lot of
Potential.
potential in it.
That's character.
And I think it's pretty cool. Grumman made the first all-aluminum body delivery trucks back in the 1950s. This one from 1963 is a classic.
I want to make it our vendor truck for our apparel company.
Dorian and Isabel just started Sunday Fun Day brand, which is them selling t-shirts at car shows. They want to make this bread truck into a mobile t-shirt company. It does run, right?
I think it does run.
Man, I hope it runs. What are we doing?
Well, for sure, I want to slam the thing. As low as it can go.
Flat.
Flat on the ground.
Yep.
You know, laying it out's a big job, and we have to convert it from, straight axle to independent. Probably have to change the different spindles, different rear end. I mean, it's quite a big job.
It's extremely tough to build this suspension, something that Extensive hasn't done before.
Whatever it is, we're up for it.
I like to have a vendor door.
Hinge it from the top so you have a little shade and, quite a big opening.
Inside, I want to keep a bar theme. Would like to have some shirts display in the background.
Some cabinets towards the back.
Correct.
Keep
Cabinets for
stock.
storage. Yeah. On the outside,
Nice.
very cool.
It sounds like it's going to be a good, nice little project.
Do we get to try out the kegerator?
You definitely do.
Deal. So this is going to be a beer drinking, t-shirt selling machine.
Party on wheels. Since we do a lot of car shows, I would like something that is custom. Something that nobody else has.
So as far as colors,
I think we're gonna do like a brush finish and a couple red accents here and there.
so wrap the outside.
Yeah, it's gonna get wrapped.
It definitely grab people's attention to sell more product.
For sure. I want every other vendor to look at us and be like, shoot, I should have gone to build too. There used to be some chickens in there. I had to run them off, so.
Are there chickens in there now?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I know I'm not going to be the one getting rid of the smell.
He's getting rid of the smell.
Not happening.
But we definitely got a good game plan, so let's just load this thing up. We'll get going on it.
Sounds good. We should.
Bread truck.
Bread truck. It'll be all right.
Man, you know this thing's gonna be.
Hey, not me.
He already knew.
Man, look at Peaches. It's an unwritten rule at Extensive. The newest guy gets the most disgusting jobs. Good luck, Peaches.
On some projects like this, I like coming in and figuring everything out before everybody gets started. Getting a feel for what needs to be done and just kind of laying out a path for my guys to go down. You want everything you do to fit the vehicle, to add to the appeal. The world of custom is making it cool and people not really knowing why it's so cool. Timmy, the hell's this? It's a 63 Grumman old bread truck.
Grumman because it's grungy and ugly?
Like, a lot of bread loaves been delivered in this sucker.
They're about to fall apart. What's the plan?
You know, it doesn't matter what Dorian paid for this old truck. Whatever we build at Extensive gets our full attention. I want to make it super custom so it can slam on the ground with in-shop, handmade air suspension. Then to hold up these 3 tons of metal year after year. We'll add a vendor door to sell.
This front end's ugly.
I mean, it is ugly. They weren't worried about any kind of style delivering bread back in 1963. We'll torch the old bumper and grill off and we'll add something with a little more style.
Make it lower, cooler, paint.
I think the best solution for a vehicle like this is just going ahead and wrapping it. I prefer paint, but that gets expensive on these corporate builds where they want to change up every 6 months. Inside is a bar theme with dark wood and displays for their t-shirts. I'll add a jump seat so husband and wife can ride together to the car shows, and a kegerator with taps on the outside for the customers.
Making money and drinking beer.
It don't get better than that.
Right. Good deal. Ready to torch this stuff up?
Yeah, let's do it, man. Before we build anything, the guys need to tear out the wheels, the grill, and that rusty old straight axle suspension.
You have all this rust, it'd be a little bit easier to knock these bolts off. You got your tetanus shot? Mostly we won't need it. Getting through this rust ain't gonna be easy.
Can't even get a wrench on the bolt.
I'm gonna go get the torch.
All right.
How much for that rusted old bolt? Shocks out. Got it. We got this lead spring on this side loose. We're gonna hop onto the other side and get that one breaking loose. And we'll drop the whole front end off. With most of the front suspension ripped out of the way, we're gonna go ahead and start torching off the rear leaf springs and axle. we'll put in this new rear end and start mocking up the rear suspension.
The body on this Grumman is aluminum, which makes this body lighter, but the entire frame is steel, so it's still really big and heavy. I want to mount the big bag, back here up underneath the frame and coming down off the axle. To properly support all this weight, we're designing extra strong 4-link mounts for the suspension. As the bag inflates, it'll raise and these out, man, we'll get it mocked up. Cool.
So I got my template that Bill gave me. We're gonna go back to the drawing board, draw it up on the computer. Let the computer cut it out on the plasma. Clean it up, get it ready for weld. And then put it back up on the truck. We're mocking up the 4-link mounts to measure where the bar needs to go.
We have to bend the bars to swing over this way so the bolts will clear the frame.
How far in do you think we're gonna have to go?
1.5 inches. I got the angle figured out. I guess I can go ahead and start bending them.
Now Rudy's welding in the crossbar, which supports the upper bag mount.
Rodolfo. Hey, what's up?
Man, your weld's getting better and better and better. I see it. You putting the panhard bar on?
Yeah, so I got the crossbar on here. I know we wanted to put it further back.
It's ain't gonna work. The crossbar is welded in place, but now we don't have room for the panhard bar. We definitely need the panhard bar because that keeps the truck from swaying side to side.
Ain't gonna work.
It ain't. Everything custom like the air suspension on this Grumman, sometimes you don't see a problem till it's right in front of you, and the solution can actually make a better design. Tell you what, instead of tying it together like this, why don't you come off of the very bottom, come up to the center and back down, just bend the pipe, and then we'll cut the top part of the bend off so it'll look cool and be very strong, and make room for the panhard bar. I'm going to remake the center support bar for the 2 upper bag mounts so we can tie it into the frame so that all the weight transferred throughout the bag mounts into the frame and just support it even better. Now the pipe's all bent. Take it over to the vertical bandsaw, notch it, cut the end off the pipe. It ought to fit right in place. Perfect. Let's ground that real quick and we'll tack it up.
So we got our new bar in. This bar is going to actually be a little bit better than the one we had in there previous. Now we got plenty of room.
Our motto is bagging the best, fixing the rest. And Extensive has built its reputation on custom air suspension. Oh, dude! We can bag pretty much anything on wheels. Big or small, fast or slow, we can raise them up or drop them low. The Lambo? It's a Aventador. That thing is bad. This 2016 Aventador is one of Lamborghini's fastest on the market, and that really says something. 691 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. This thing is basically a race car. So when I got the call, I jumped on it.
How you doing, guys?
Hey, man.
What's up?
Good morning.
Okay.
You know, Marcos owns one of Houston's largest concrete companies. He works long hours, busts his ass, but he takes his play very seriously, which I can definitely appreciate.
It's what I got, 2016 Aventador. Every single option available from the dealer, but man, I feel like I'm missing something. I want you to, I don't know, make it stand out a little bit more.
Something to set you apart from the other 2 in Houston?
Basically.
You know, Lamborghini made a couple thousand of these cars, but guys like Marcos, he's got to have one of one.
So what you think?
Well, first thing, we need to get this thing a little. Some people say you can't drop a Lamborghini any lower because they're built with such precision, but we can do it. Definitely change the wheels out. Just something that really just sets a statement when you're going down there.
I like that, dude.
Yeah.
I like that. Want to look at the inside on this thing?
Man, this thing is nice, Marcos. I don't know if I'd get too deep in it because you always constantly trading these things. Man, we don't want to devalue it at all.
For sure.
The key to customizing a Lambo is to make it stand out while retaining its value and performance. Because, come on, Everybody had a Lamborghini poster in their room at some point.
Question is, how's it drive?
You guys need to find out?
We definitely need to check that out.
You ever seen him drive?
Damn! I can't wait to get this thing back to Extensive. This is gonna be a fun one.
Man, matches my red hat. Employee Appreciation Day?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's
You
bad.
wish, huh?
Man, what are we even gonna do to this car?
Then we're gonna set him apart. Lamborghinis are known for their top-of-the-line engineering, so I want to compliment its performance fiber front spoiler, side blades, and wing. A set of red anodized wheels, and a new set of springs to drop this thing low as it can go.
Man, what a sharp car.
And we need to get these parts going, man. Let's get it rolling.
Got it?
All right, speaking of rolling, this guy.
How fast were you driving?
I'm gonna have Tim and John start working on the Lambo. And I ain't even gotta tell you, we gotta be super, super careful. No mistakes.
Right.
Literally can't afford any mistakes on this thing.
We're unbolting the old yellow stock springs off these struts, and we're going to be installing some new lowering springs that will allow this event door to go even lower. Got you a present, buddy. Not only that, we're going to color match these lowering springs to match the car. While we're waiting on paint, John and I are removing the stock carbon fiber pieces. Before we did anything, it was already scraping the ground. And of course, Bill,
This is already lower than that one. Man, that's gonna be awesome.
Tim and John are installing a lower, wider front lip on Marcos's 2016 Lamborghini.
my helper, you got it.
I got it.
It's designed to decrease air pressure and reduce drag.
Extra careful, Tim.
When you're bolting on the carbon fiber pieces, you need to be really careful. Real lightweight, but the scratch is super easy. If something goes wrong, you just can't really fix it, so that's what sucks. Now we've installed carbon fiber blades, it's time to put on the wheels. The red and the black are going to offset black windows, red paint.
We gotta mount this face down, so the fun part is lining these jaws up in between these spokes so they don't make contact with them.
Do it.
Tight, tight, tight. Really, really close. Gonna change the whole appearance of it once they're mounted up on there.
It'd be badass.
Lowered.
Yeah, let's check it out. With the wheels in place, we're going to lower the body to just above the danger zone. Look a lot better.
Hell yeah.
The shop did a great job knocking out the lowering springs real quick, and the red gives it the extra flair we're looking for. And we get these on, we can adjust the front suspension, and we will drive this thing.
Who's taking it first, you or me?
I'll take it for the weekend. You can have it next week.
Well, it'll be wore out by then.
These new springs have the tension and the length to drop the Lambo to the ground. But I wouldn't recommend it. Right, 3 inches.
You gonna measure it as I'm dropping it?
And we're about 4 inches right now, John.
Okay.
See if we can adjust it a little bit more. Get about 1 inch out of it. That'll be perfect.
All right.
John's adjusting the springs in the front. When we adjusted the rear, we don't want it sitting like this. So we're gonna take the front down to the same amount and just be 1 inch lower all the way around. A little more. Tighten it right there.
All right, let me tighten it up real quick. What are we looking like?
I think we're good all the way around. It measures out. What we'll do is let it drive around a little bit and settle. We'll double check everything. Other than that, I think we're good.
It's been a busy few days at Extensive. We're almost done fabricating the suspension on the Grumman bread truck. So how was the day last night?
It went good. Until the transmission went out.
Transmission went out.
Dude, she did help push.
She might be a keeper then, huh?
Yeah.
We did good on the back suspension, Rudy. Let's get this front end and let's get this thing going down the road. We're securing the new cross mirror by welding it directly to the frame.
Ah, what up? That one got in my pants.
This will make it strong enough to support the front suspension.
Gotta make one more little cap here. That's it.
Now that John and Rudy have locked the cross member in place, we'll mock up the rest of the system with the wheels and tires.
Jeez. I think I'm bloated.
Come on, man, let's get it mocked up. Cross members in. We got the wheel where we need it. The next step is building the lower control arm. So let's just mock it up real quick with some tubing. The control arm connects the wheel to the frame down the road. Rudy, you already know what to do, man. Take it over the table and make 2 lowers.
We're gonna use the mock up here to set up a jig. So the main thing here, I need to replicate the same angle. So whenever the arm travels, it's gonna have enough room to go up and down, and the ball joint won't line up. This is gonna be the key part of this control arm here. Once I get this figured out, situated and tacked up, then I can go ahead and start building the actual arm.
Because the Grumman is so heavy, we need to make them extra strong at a 1-inch Schedule 80 tubing. Once the bag is bolted to the control arm, it'll pivot on the cross member, and the truck will lower down once the bag is deflated. Man, that looks good. Wheel stays straight, camber's staying perfect. I mean, all the way up, all the way down. I can't stand when you let the air out of something and just the crate looks broke. You know, that's the advantage of building the pivot points where you want them in the suspension, because you can just keep the control arms going perfect. Let it down one more time. Going to be a badass bread truck. Because the bumper and grill stick out, the front of this bread truck never looked right to me. This old Grumman needs to have a custom grill. The old grill just wasn't cutting it. When you see a car coming at you, one of the first things you see is the grill, so it kind of sets the tone for the whole vehicle. You want something with a little style to it. I'm gonna start by drawing out a new perimeter for the new grill and have Rudy burn it out. That's the definition of custom, is you want clean, smooth, flowing lines that fits it perfect and not too gaudy or flashy. That's really gonna set this whole front of this whole truck off. It's like a mouth, huh? With some teeth in it. All right, we're ready for Rudy to transfer the dimensions of the grill to the plasma cutter. He'll burn it at a 1/2 inch aluminum. To add a little extra style, you get John to bevel the edges.
When the plasma cut this piece out, it cut it at a beveled angle. So I'm gonna use a flush trim bit to follow the very top edge, and that's gonna cut all this extra slag and stuff off, square this piece up, make it nice and smooth and neat. After I get it smoothed up and flushed, I'll build around the outside of it and actually put a shape to it. All right. 1 Grumman grill, ready for polish.
With the suspension built, John's installing the air compressors. These compressors will enable this big old truck to raise up or lay all the way on the ground.
All right, we should be good right there. This is a supply line for the rocker switches and this air gauge, which we'll be mounting right here. And the rocker switch is right here, right under the gauge. And this one will control your up and down movement. And once this is all done, we'll be able to get all 6,500 pounds lifted up.
Man, I can't wait to see this thing on the ground. This thing was a lot of work.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. You ready to drop it?
Sir.
You got power?
Yep.
The Grumman bread truck needed an extra large, completely custom suspension system. Now to see it flat out for the very first time. John, you ready?
Yes, sir.
We've been waiting a long time for this.
Ready?
Man, let's do it. That looks good.
Come check it out.
Good work. Man, it looks good. I'd love to say we're almost done, but man, we're not even close. All right. John and Heath have a huge task ahead, making this bare aluminum look like a neighborhood pub. At least it doesn't smell like chickens anymore.
You know what's next? Cut a hole and turn on the air conditioner.
Yeah.
That has to go up there. I don't know how in the hell we're gonna get that up there. All right, the awkward elephant walk. I don't know about this, man. Look at that roof.
I know.
It's already sagging.
That's why you're gonna crawl on there, not me.
This will be fun.
All right, I'm gonna get underneath, see if we can line this sucker up.
It's like urban surfing up here.
All right, right there, we're good.
I bet it looks terrible on the roof under there.
John, you gotta come check this out, brother. We gotta figure out something.
Oh man, that's terrible. The thing's sagging bad. It's gonna leak like a sieve.
I think we can go in here and make some braces, man, that come from this beam to this beam. Straight across, pop that sucker up. That way it'll strengthen this roof back up from all the crap we cut out of there. You don't have that issue.
Yeah, and it'll hold the weight of the unit better.
Yeah.
That'll probably work.
Done deal.
Oh yeah. Science.
Science.
All right, let's get this wall put up. We'll move on to the roof.
We got each board separately because we keep the grain going through the whole piece. So we have to cut each full-length piece into separate sections. We're attaching the wood with a combination of glue and nails. It's not our usual interior, but it's going to look pretty kick-ass.
I think that's about as far as we can go.
I'll let you do the honors today, Timmy. Dorian and Isabel want to sell t-shirts and apparel for their company Sunday Fun Day, so we're going to cut a vendor door in the side of the Grumman. Hell yeah.
I'm ready to see this door fits.
We're securing this pre-made door for easier access, like a glove, and a quick install. Alright?
Yes, sir. How can I help you? I'm selling tacos, ice cream, t-shirts, and hey, it's talking to you.
Mm-hmm. Tim and John are bolting the new wing on the Lamborghini. Then it's good to go. You know, I hate seeing this one go, but Marcos wants it back. To deliver this 2016 Lamborghini back to Marcos, I asked him to meet me at the local airport.
Come on, Bill.
What's up, man? You know, the reason I picked this spot, there's a lot of open runways, and Marcos can get down on it.
I'm ready, dude. I'm ready.
I think you're really going to be impressed with this.
Oh, man. Look at that thing, dude. Wow. That's awesome, dude. Look at that front, bro. Man. Oh, dude. You gotta be kidding me, dude. That thing even goes lower, dude. Man, Bill, you went above and beyond, brother. Oh, dude. Tim. What the hell, dude?
Look a little different.
Man, you guys You guys did it awesome. Man, dude.
Low enough for you?
I was not expecting that low. That was cool, man. Look at those wheels. You went above and beyond on those wheels, dude.
You see the stance, man. We had to make that thing a little lower, man. You
For
just
sure.
had too much fender well gap.
All I can tell you, go through extensive, and it goes down.
Man, the other thing, remember in the back when you look through the wing right here?
Right.
Man, we got you some different ones. And then Bill couldn't let them go black, so he
No,
painted
we
them to
had to
match
color
the
match
car to give a little bit different touch,
That looks cool as hell, dude.
just to stand you apart from everybody else.
Definitely.
That's exactly what I was looking for. Bill just did the right thing for me. I mean, it was just perfect.
Looks really cool on the outside, dude. But how this thing drives now?
Let's go see.
Was it worth the wait?
Oh, yeah. Man, I mean, suspension, it feels great, dude. It feels like better than what they used to be.
Hell yeah.
I was kind of worried a little bit. I mean, every time that anybody tell you, I'm going to mess with that suspension on you, Lamborghini, you know, it's like, what?
There's a huge belief out there lowering a car, especially a sports car, hurts the performance. Man, I love proving naysayers wrong.
So what you think, man? Is this what you wanted?
This is awesome, dude.
Ready to do this, Timmy? The front end design hasn't changed since delivering bread in 1963. New grill and bumper.
Let's take this off. We'll cut the little lip off. Roll this in the roller, the same as this.
Then we can roll the grill. Let's do it. I'm gonna roll this lower panel to fit the curve on the front of the bread truck. My dad's old 1920s roller is still coming in handy. It looked just like this in exactly this condition as long as I can remember. Now that it's curved to the front of the truck, that'll work. We'll secure it with a few rivets and get going on the bumper. The 63 Grumman now has a completely handmade custom suspension. To make a stronger first impression, we grabbed an old Chevy bumper that I think will work. Now we just need to make it fit.
The body will be pretty much like this when we're done. But right now, as you can see, we're hitting here. So we need to remove this excess frame rail. Now this looks more like a modern bumper.
Okay, turn it. All right, hold it there real quick. Yeah, I think we got it, Timmy. We got the bumper where it needs to be, right width. Got it split down the middle. Now we just need to come in, fill this 5-inch little gap. That'll bring everything together. When we're done, this new bumper is gonna look like it should have been designed this way. I like it, man. It's way, way nicer, all sucked in, pushed back. And it fits really, really good to the truck. Looks like it came that way from the factory. The only seat in the delivery truck was the driver's seat. Because this is for a husband and wife team, we're gonna add another. So we're making support beams to tie a jump seat into. Dipping the toilet coolant off. We're using square tubing and plates so we can bolt it in the truck.
What you got, Timmy?
The welder. This will go right there. I'll cut 2 pieces from the center.
Let's do it. Got me a job now. Very important part of the build. Tim is building the center. Bolt this seat in place. Come on, man. Let's put this sucker in.
Up a little bit, right there.
A few welds here and there, and it's good to go.
Now you can sit on it.
It's good, man. So I think it'll hold the weight of a grown-ass man?
I guess we got the one to try it out. What do you think, Tim?
Come on, man. Let's get on there.
See what she does. Good luck. Ain't going nowhere. Hold my hand.
It was only rated for
180 pounds.
Well, you made it better because it held 300.
Because this is a corporate build, we really want the customers to see this thing from a mile away. We've created a great design, and it's a huge challenge wrapping this entire bread truck, but John and Jose are definitely up for it.
With these old builds, there's a lot of issues that come up. This one, it's not completely flat. There's a lot of different curves, different shapes, small body work here and there, some hinges and bolts that we have to work around. It's nothing that we can't handle. Once the vinyl is all installed and it's all matched up, we use a little heat and our squeegees and work down every seams and body panels and QC it, and then we're done. Yeah, this is gonna look sick.
Dorian and Isabel want to serve beer out of this truck, so I asked Heath and John to install taps for the kegerator.
Just cut a hole, put an extra tap out here, where we can party on the outside while they party on the inside. Yeah, that'll work. Let's get the keg in here and get to drinking some beer. We got these in. Now we'll just get inside. We're gonna plumb up our taps. You got it? Yeah, I got it. Tied into the kegerator so that we get beer all the way to the back. All we got is one vital component left. The keg to the liquor store.
Let's get it. There's one more part I need fabricated for the grill. Hold up. Man, I need you on this. Like, immediately. Jesse's my man to get it done. It's going to be pretty difficult welding this thing, man, because you got the real thick aluminum to the real thin aluminum. So just concentrating the heat on this without just totally distorting this whole thing is going to be difficult.
This one messes up. Do we have another piece?
No, but hurry up.
If I mess this one up, it's going to set it back about a day or two or more. When I start to TIG, I gotta feed the rod into it at the same time as I'm pushing in with the torch. That way they can fuse together before the mist starts melting and messing up the grill.
One and done. Jesse did a great job as usual. Now to paint this thing black to tie in with the wrap.
Make it look good, man. Okay.
Before painting the grill, Harold's body working out every nick and scratch.
Just got out of the shop, headed to pick up a neon sign for the bread truck we're building. Luckily, I get to get out and see Houston. I have to constantly be on top of these parts. When the guys are building vehicles, they need parts.
Is everything?
Man, it's everything. And if they don't have the parts when they're ready to put it on, then it costs time. And time is money. So basically, my job before they need it. My entire life, I've been in and around shops, specifically working on trucks. So it's really cool working at Extensive. Being affiliated with a shop that's known all over the world, man, it just doesn't get any better than that.
How you doing, Spot?
Got me ready to roll?
Think so?
Oh man, that looks super cool. Dude, it's exactly what we wanted. Very cool.
Before we give this bread truck back to Dorian and Isabel, as a t-shirt selling machine, there's a couple more things we need to check off our list.
We got the truck all wrapped up. Now we just have one more thing to do, is just add the wrap to the wheels. Pretty much the whole theme of the vehicle is red and black. There's not much left on it that's polished, so just to help tie in with the whole theme itself, we're adding the same graphic design to the wheels itself.
Man, that looks good, huh? I know it was a lot of work, Timmy, but man, when it's coming down the road at you.
Right.
Let's fit the grill on this thing and top it off. Man, Timmy, this thing looking good.
That looks real good. Kind of completes the whole truck.
I'm super excited to see what the truck looks like. I have a vision for it, and I knew if anyone could make this happen, it would be Bill.
I asked Dorian and Isabel to meet me at the 8th Wonder Brewery in downtown Houston. Every weekend they host an event here. Vendors are selling food, drinks, you name it. Very soon there'll be a one-off custom truck selling Sunday Fun Day t-shirts. Hey, thank you guys for bringing all the merchandise today. Soon it'll have a nice home in the new van.
Good. I'm tired of hauling that in the back of our truck.
Yeah. Y'all ready to check it out?
Yeah.
He's bad.
I'm shaking.
When that thing hit the floor, man, they loved it.
Oh my God, this thing looks amazing. He went way beyond my expectations.
What's up? You ready to sell some shirts? How you doing? Good.
You know, Rudy, as well as everybody at the shop, they always come through. I mean, this is just a prime example of just teamwork and my guys making it happen.
Yes.
Great. And we started off by doing the air suspension on it. We converted the front straight axle to independent, handmade every part and piece of it. When this big old truck pulls up, slams to the ground, you can't help but take notice.
So excited to take it to shows.
Custom-made wheels for this truck. And to give it the wow factor, we made a whole new bumper and grill. So the front of this truck is sleek and streamlined.
Looks amazing.
Cut the whole side out and vendor door on the side so you can sell all your product. You know, Pixelworks did a great job wrapping it.
2 cutters, embossed, printed everywhere. That blew my mind.
Of course, we have your beer taps for you. Everything on it is going to help you promote your business and draw people to it.
Yeah, this is everything we've ever wanted. This is everything that we need. I just can't wait to get in there and start selling our merchandise. This is amazing!
You open the door, those guys were just blown away. I mean, they had no idea. You know, you wanted the bar feel.
Yeah. Yes!
So, this is awesome.
This is crazy!
Don't throw any more chickens in there.
This is amazing!
The whole interior with the wood inside, how they redid everything just real nice and subtle. It looks awesome.
I knew you guys were the ones to come to help us out with this build.
I think she likes it.
I think it's awesome, man.
You guys ready to check out the taps? Yeah! Well, cool. Let's get the product loaded up. We're ready to sell some. Here you go, buddy.
Once we open up our doors, the people just flooded the truck. Do you have like extra small or small? Yes, ma'am.
Today is a great day. I mean, it's making them some money. I mean, that's what we built it for. That's what they need. Now we have even more metal work to do.
Oh, whoa. Stop.
Got a doghouse for the dog, a big dog.
This 2001 Ford F-350. 6 months ago, this was just a beat-up old work truck. You know, and even after all that, there's still just something missing.
Oh my God,
Holy
Bill, that is
cow.
sick right there, man.
You know, when big parts start coming together, it makes for a good day.
This is going to be one of my favorites that we've ever done.
Awesome.
I'm Bill Carlton. I built my first truck when I was 16. And ever since, me and my guys have been out here creating with our hands. Building the biggest, lowest, baddest custom trucks and cars in the game. People don't come come here for what they need. They come here for what they want. This is Texas Metal.
Man, Bill, so glad you came with me to pick up this engine.
Well, you know, I'm not going to miss the time to come out and see old John and his cool car collection.
And everybody's been talking about.
We're months deep in customizing John's F5 Ford COE with tons of custom metalwork. He wants us to swing by his place because he wants to add a new engine. Once again, a super big build is getting even bigger. And, you know, got to check up on the old milk truck, see how it's doing.
Absolutely.
Hey, Bill. Spot, how y'all doing?
Good, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
You working?
Yeah, just rubbing on this rascal a little bit. You doing all right?
Heck yeah.
How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Doing fine.
Man, this thing's still looking good.
Put some miles on it, having a good time.
Running good?
It's still running great. I tell you, I enjoy the heck out of it.
We built a milk truck from ground up for Big John last year. Tons of custom metalwork, full interior, and a big old diesel engine. You know, seeing the milk truck again, that just reaffirms that we really got to keep the bar high on this one.
Yeah, keep pushing the bar to build an even better vehicle than we built before.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely still my favorite build that's ever come out of the shop. But amongst all these other cars, what a collection.
You hadn't seen them all. There's still other garages.
No kidding.
You know, I've known John for a long time. Since I was a kid, we're a lot alike. Always looking to make his builds bigger and better. Always. We planned on keeping the existing engine on the COE, but in this game, the only thing you can count on is things are definitely going to change.
Well, you know how I like diesels. I like this Ford diesel in this one.
Yeah.
Let's do something different. Let's put a Cummins in the next one.
Man, I like that. I love, you know, that's part of it. Just that diesel sound, that smell, man, that'll make it.
I think so. Putting the diesel in the COE, it's the only way to go. They're bigger trucks. They need a diesel. This is what I want you putting as COE, is a Cummins 4BT 12 valve, 3.9 liter with a 4-speed automatic tranny on it.
John, I think it's a great idea. You know, having the diesel in the COE is definitely the right way to go. Even being a 4-cylinder, this thing can still make some good power.
It'll make that COE run good.
The Cummins 4BT is a turbocharged 3.9 liter. It's a small version of the super popular 12 valve. You know, it still packs a ton of power, but size-wise, it's a way better fit for the COE.
This is probably going to be your new favorite.
Nah, this is my favorite.
I don't know.
Well, then
it's going to be a tough decision.
I'll have two favorites.
You ready to load this up?
Let's load this rascal up.
Let me get the truck.
Yeah, go back it in. I'll get the forklift.
Work on the COE. And it's even going to take more work to make this diesel engine fit.
Clear over there?
This way? Cool. The truth is, if it were my truck, I definitely want the same thing. Come, Timmy. What you got on that truck out there? Little engine, little diesel engine. Old John, milk truck John. Yeah. He loves how that diesel is in his milk truck. He said he just had to have a diesel in the COE.
So all the work with the old 350s in it, taking all that out, all the sheet metal, everything.
Whatever we're gonna do to make it fit. You know, we've already made a custom Western hauler style bed, running boards, and a whole headache rack. It's all at powder coat. Now we have even more metal work to do.
What do you want to get started on first?
You know, first things first, we're gonna pull out that small block, get rid of that sucker, and let's start doing what we gotta do to get that diesel in. You know, the Cummins 4BT has some components on the side that makes this thing a little wider than the 350. So you already know that creates a lot of work in making a whole new doghouse. And we're going to be adding new front bag mounts to the front suspension to haul that extra weight. Then we can add the wood into the bed and the running boards.
This thing orange or what?
Big John's definitely got to have it orange.
And the orange, the big billet wheels, and now the diesel motor kind of completes the whole project of the truck.
Definitely. The milk truck's going to have a little competition beside it when it gets back home. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Alrighty, buddy. Pull that hood off.
Alright. To make room for the new Cummins engine, Ryan and John are going to start by taking out the old small block 350.
looks like there's no way to get that out. This cross mover right here is gonna really hang us up on getting the bottom of this thing out.
I seen that coming.
Sucks.
I had a feeling this was gonna happen, but it was worth a shot. You know, we were hoping we'll just remove the front end, and we're about to get the engine out the front of the truck. But clearly that's not gonna happen because we got a front cross member here, and we don't want to cut that out. So, more work.
To pull the engine out, we gotta make room. So we're gonna take the radiator off and the motor mounts. You ready? Yeah. You hung up on something.
This wire right here, hold on. I got it, hold on. Temperature sensor wire, all right?
Nice. That'll make life a little easier, huh? A little bit. Hey, stop.
I need the chain to be as short as possible, though.
I understand that. You're hitting the distributor cap. You're about to knock it off. When you're building custom cars and trucks, it seems like they never end. We're always constantly changing and evolving and coming up with bigger, badder stuff. And this is no different.
Right there?
Come down here. All right. Pull the motor your way here.
See what we got.
All right. Go ahead.
Basically a brand new engine, huh?
Yeah. He could probably throw it in one of his other projects and we can put something way cooler in this one, huh?
Yeah, diesel power.
Yeah, buddy.
Well, you know, John always gets what he wants, so.
Hey.
I wish I was that John.
In the running boards. So I asked Lewis to help me pick the right wood to accent that orange paint. What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
This is the color we got. Lamborghini orange for that COE. You know, the wood's going to be pretty prominent on the bed of this thing and down in the running board. So it's really going to stand out. But I want something, you know, with a nice grain to it. What is this?
So that one's alder right there. That's a really white wood, so we could add a stain to that. This one's oak. We have walnut here. This is cherry. We have mahogany, and this one's lacewood.
Man, I like that.
We can add a little bit of solvent to it. You know, you can kind of see the natural appearance and the figure of that grain, and our mahogany, and then our walnut.
Man, I think these two.
Yeah, man.
You know, I love the grain in this thing. I think majority lacewood with little separation of mahogany.
Yeah, man.
That would be nice.
Yeah, wood. Yeah, this lacewood, when it's in the sun, it's just going to pop at you. All of the grain running like that, that sun's going to hit it. It's going to be beautiful.
Cool.
All right, man.
Let's do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we got the engine compartment cleared out. Now it's time to fit the Cummins. Typical. As everything else around it being a little bit wider and obviously a lot bigger than that little 350 that was in here. So what I'm gonna do is keep as much of the firewall as I can because height isn't an issue, it's just width. So I'll just cut all the way back and hopefully I'll be able to save this chunk and just move it over an inch. Also gonna trim the frame rails to make a little bit of room and then plate it, boxing it in. That way when I do get this motor in here, I can go ahead and build my motor mounts as well without having to pull it back out again. Everything's done, frames boxed in, motor mount plates are made and ready for the motor to come in. We go grab John and stab this thing in here. Try to tilt back. Whoa, stop.
Ah, that sucks. See it hitting the top and it's already at the bottom.
You know, when you own a custom shop as long as I have, you get a lot of experience fitting things in vehicles where they're not supposed to be, like the Cummins and the 1950 Ford COE.
On this side, the injector pump is hitting the body.
For our second attempt on the COE, we raised the body off the frame about a foot to get that engine in there.
It's about right. Like down, we can start getting this motor mounted to the frame. Whenever you need help, holla at me.
Oh, we will. Come on.
Now that we got the new engine engine in, you could clearly see it's a lot taller than what was in there. This was the original doghouse that was in there for the 350. So what we're gonna have to do is start from scratch, build a whole new doghouse, make it taller and wider as well. So I got a rough measurement from inside the truck, 36 by 24. Lay it in there, draw me a couple lines, start shaping it. Just toss it in the truck. So what we're gonna do here to get us some reference lines where I gotta bend this mark is the edge of the exhaust. These two marks are the valve cover, and this one is the edge of the fuel filter. Now we'll take this over to the machine and get braking. Got a doghouse for the dog, the big dog. Looks like this is gonna fit pretty good. Make a little adjustment cuts here and there. Make this as close as possible to the engine to give us as much cabin room as possible. But the engine does produce heat, so we can't get too close because then this will get hot. As you can see, this is a lot smaller than what we're working with, so we're just gonna go ahead and cut that off and just make it all new. I got the back piece tacked on there, giving it a little structural integrity while I make a bunch of these little pieces that are going to form the panel from the top and connect it to the back side. There's going to be a lot of trimming, fitting, and adding till we get this thing all finished.
Ground up builds, especially with an owner like Big John, he really challenges us to build something truly that's one of one. You know, that's my passion, but it's also my business. So I'm always riding that line, what's best for the shop and what's best for the build. You know, the truth be told, my passion almost always wins. Exhibit 1011, this 2001 Ford F-350. You know, we've done a lot of work to this point to get this old green work truck to the point it's at. You know, you can't really tell now, but about 6 months, we raised the truck 4 inches, added 24-inch wheels, we added full paint, fabricated the bed to flow with our custom fenders and custom short tailgate. You know, and even after all that, there's still just something missing.
Man, I know that look. What are you thinking?
Fent is not done. It needs a little more.
Like what?
It just needs something to throw it over the top. I think graphics on this thing would really, really, really just wake it up.
So you think it's something subtle, something small, or something just crazy?
See, you know I'm right. You know I'm right.
You're always right. That's why you're a successful businessman in America.
It's just too green. It needs some graphics down the side. You know, we got to call Caesar and Amanda, get them to come over and get it laid down on here. Then this thing will be finished.
I'll hit him up, see if he's in town, so you can stop by.
You know, we're lucky here with Houston's custom car scene. We have an abundance of specialists and artists who can really just take something just totally over the top. Like this husband and wife team, Caesar and Amanda.
So the main purpose of prepping it is that way we can open up the pores of the paint so we can actually have the adhesion on top of the base color.
Having my wife work with me is a lot easier because the same goal in mind always helps.
Plus, good work is hard to find, so that's why I learned so I can work with him every day.
I'm gonna start with my fine line. I basically had to draw something to get proportion right, and then from there I'll start tweaking it and getting the balance just right. It looks good on paper, but putting it on something that's three-dimensional is really hard because if one line has a real clean arc and there's a kink in it, that disrupts the whole flow of the design process. And it's kind of like a puzzle. You know, I'm trying to piece everything together and I'm working little by little, and then from there I'll step back and look at the bigger picture.
Now that these graphics are done on this side of the truck, we're gonna pounce it to the other side. You're gonna have to tape over there and come this way.
All right.
We're gonna go ahead and start tracing them and making our marks with a crayon. We're gonna make sure that we get the graphics and then also like the door jambs, the body lines, stuff like that, so that way we can make sure that we have accurate placement whenever we flip it to the other side and transfer the image. olive avocado green. So we are going to be trying to mix something that's kind of close to that. I can kind of manipulate the tones to get it where we want it.
I like where the green's at, but it needs a little bit more of a bump. So we got some interstellar pearls. We're gonna add to it.
Caesar, we're good.
That's what I want. And the sun is gonna make the pearl pop out and give it that dance and shimmer effect. All right, so what we're gonna do is, we got it all masked up, so I'm gonna start laying my base coat down. With pearls, there is a technique to spraying. You wanna get nice, even coats, no blotchiness. So you wanna be a little higher with your pressure and a little more sporadic. That way you can get your pigments to lay on real well. I just finished doing my second coat. What I'm gonna do is wait for this to flash. I'll come back after it's cured and spray some more coats.
What I like about Caesar and Amanda's work, they use multiple techniques with multiple layers all throughout the graphics. The details they're gonna add to this F350 are just gonna look like they're popping out all that green.
I'm just trying, that way the balance is there, kind of coming from both angles. It kind of makes it look like the colors are cutting into each other. I'll start with the base. I'll come along the edges, get a nice smooth blend. And basically each step builds on top of it. I'll clean the gun, I'll load it up with the candy. You'll slowly start seeing the transitions of the pearls and the candies kind of mixed together. And with custom painting, you never know what's gonna happen. You never know how your layout's gonna turn out, and you kind of base off a feeling, and you just wanna have the right look. It takes a lot of practice and a lot of sacrifice. Sometimes you gotta break a few eggs before you get it right.
Is that lift arm gonna hit that body mount over there?
I'm good.
We're separating the frame on the 1954 F5.
Turn the wheel.
We're gonna tidy up the suspension with new upper and lower control arms, bag mounts, and all new bags all the way around. You know, right now is one of the most critical stages when you're setting up air suspension. We got the chassis simulated with the truck all the way deflated, like all the way on the ground. So we're gonna simulate the bag fully compressed with our 3-inch spacer. So that's where it needs to go. Okay, real quick, Ryan, measure.
5 and 1/16. 5 and a 16.
We're ready to blow this thing apart.
So, you know, these last couple hours and this little moment right here is always exhausting and exciting all at the same time. Once we get this thing done and powder coated and you start seeing it all come together, man, just this in itself is going to be a showstopper, you know, and then adding the cab and the bed and wheels and all that, man, this is going to be one of my favorites that we've ever done, for sure.
John wants to paint this entire truck orange. You know, I was looking for something bright, bold, but still classy.
In the booth we go. Coming out Tangelo. Oh, come on. Our customer John is all about the bling and the wow factor. So we went with a 2015 Lamborghini orange on this truck. This is a big truck. It's going to be a lot of orange. I think he's going to like it. Because there is so much pearl in it, it doesn't cover as well as some other paints. So you got to make sure when you're spraying, you got a nice even spray pattern. You sunlight. On this color, it's going to take 4, maybe 5 coats to get complete coverage, and that's what we're going for.
You know, I like to powder coat our suspensions and frames. You know, it not only lasts longer, more durable, but it makes it look a whole lot better. You know, with the chassis back from powder coat, ask Little One to assemble the rolling chassis. Then we'll install the engine and marry it to the flatbed and the cab. Yeah, that's right, his name's Little One. Don't ask me why, but he's a good mechanic and fabricator.
We get the motor in here, get the wiring done, and we go ahead and get all the brake lines. That way we don't have to struggle when the cab is on there and everything's fit perfectly.
And it's the first time I see the powder coat compared to the cab. It goes really good. Come on, Jesse. Go forward. Line display right here. All right, go down. Slowly. All right.
Let's get the other side. Go
down?
Yeah. Oh,
Right there, you got it right there.
All right, Jesse. Your forklift services are no longer needed.
Thanks, buddy. It's always cool to take the extra effort just to do the rolling chassis. You know, John wanted to keep basically the stock chassis, but he wanted to modify it to fit the truck. Powder coat is broken apart, and you look up underneath there, and everything's finished 100%.
Right now?
Been a long time coming. We're getting the cab down on the chassis. Finally, you know, we started working on this. It was kind of cold outside. Got hot, real hot. We worked all the way through summer. Starting to get cold again. You know, you can tell this is a long project. Measure the distance in between there. Center hole, center hole.
Yeah, 23 3/4.
I'm an instant gratification guy, so I'm feeling pretty gratified right now. You know, when big parts start coming together, it makes for a good day. Looking good?
Yeah, a little bit.
That's about right where it's gonna be.
Hell yeah. Man, that's what I like to see. You know, it feels good to look around the shop and see all these big and bigger builds getting worked on. But honestly, nothing feels better when you give one of these back to the owner. And after several months of work, this lifted F-350 is right on the edge.
Makes these graphics seem like they're wider when you're looking at them, but not something that's going to overkill them. It's easy to mess up, and it's even harder to fix once you do. Sometimes when I'm striping, I'll hold my breath, and as I'm pulling my line, I'll exhale. Even my own heartbeat will shake my hand sometimes. It's just you and the brush, and you just focus on the moment that you're striping, because it takes a lot of control and discipline to get your brush to work. You have to control it. I'm nowhere as good as I want to be, and every time I pick up the brush, in the first 10 or 15 minutes, I'm going to know if I'm going to stripe that day. Because some days I have it, some days I don't.
You know, let me find some wood to knock on, because this truck is done. When the owners Andrew and Katie dropped this truck off a few months ago, you wouldn't believe it. It was just a busted up old work truck. But after all we've done, it's going to be worth the wait, and these graphics are just a cherry on the top. What's happening? Good morning.
What you say, Bill? How you doing, man?
Hi. Hi, good morning.
Today's the day.
Yeah, it is, right? You've been waiting a while.
Oh, yeah.
You guys came in that old tired ranch truck. You wanted something totally different, right?
We wanted that one-off no one had.
Right?
Family, its whole life. I wasn't having a new truck. They all looked the same.
What better way than just take the money we have saved and build something unique?
You know, we spent a lot of time on the aesthetics on this thing. You know, just when we thought we were done with this thing, it wasn't done. It needed something just a little more to put it way over the top.
Cool deal. Let's see it. I'm real nervous right now because, you know, I talked her into doing it, and now, you know, if it doesn't turn out right, she's going to kick my butt.
You guys ready to check this thing out?
I'm super excited.
Let's get Matt to bring this thing around.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, Bill, that is sick right there, man. That is awesome.
Oh, I think I'm gonna cry. That's crazy. I'm
You
shaking.
get it right there.
Looks good, huh?
Oh yeah, not even
Not
the
even
same truck.
close to what we expected, right?
Nope, not even close. This is nice, Bill.
I mean,
So you're liking it?
Oh yeah, we're loving it. Loving it.
look at that really cool bumper.
Just makes you want to get out of its way,
Oh
right?
yeah, those
Yeah.
round lights. I'm glad you went with that instead of a light bar.
Yeah, man, there's been way overplayed, right?
No, that is perfect. That is nice.
You know, the 24-inch dually wheels on this thing that just really
They
wakes
set
it
it
up,
off. Color match too.
right?
That's nice.
You know, one of the most unique things on the truck is the bed itself. So what we did is just cut the original bed down and shaped it around the later model dually fenders, which gives it just a totally different look.
Perfect, and plus I still get the bed use. It's got the sides, it's got the little tailgate on there, so stuff's not flying out. I don't have to strap everything down.
Right?
Little baby
I
gate.
think it's pretty cute.
Little baby
A
gate.
mini gate.
The finishing touch on this was just the graphics, just to tie everything together, just put it next level.
It takes that truck from awesome to radical, 100%.
That's right.
I think those graphics stand out. It's like they're not even touching the paint. It's like they're just setting off the truck completely. The different layers on that, the colors in there, that's perfect, but it doesn't take it away from the actual truck itself. So
It adds to it,
yeah,
for sure.
it really does.
Absolutely. It just gives it that whole aggressive attitude and makes it just
stand out. It's kind of cool, you know? It's like there's a little snakeskin looking thing, and then there's like a little leopard looking thing. I don't know. It's like an exotic animal of some sort.
It's like the green beast, man. It's unique.
There you go, man. I think you just named your truck.
Might have. See what she says about that.
Now we need some graphics on the back windows that say Green Beast.
After looking at everything that Bill's done and the guys did on this truck, we only have one problem.
What's that?
This time we'll be bringing more of our vehicles here.
Oh, gosh.
You went above and beyond what we wanted. This is perfect.
Appreciate that. I'm glad it's still in your family. I'm sure you're going to keep it for a long time.
We will.
Oh, yeah. It'll go to the grave with us.
Watch the back of the cab. You know, it's always good to see one leave, but two is always better. And the 1950 Ford COE is getting real close to being finished. John's out there putting a lot of strips of wood together to fill that bed and the running boards.
So I've got all the raw lumber laying down to the proper thickness. So what we can do now is I'm going to take the jig that they built the bed off of, mark it out so I know what parts of it I'm going to be using. I'm going to go ahead and cut these boards down to length so I have smaller pieces to deal with, and it'll be a lot easier to manage when it's time to glue and clamp these up. Next thing we want to do is do a layout for our biscuit joinery. This is what's called a biscuit. We create a pocket in both halves of the wood, and when you bring it together, it keeps everything lined up. It makes a stronger joint, so these things will be solid. I'm going to take this tool. This is a plate joiner, and what this is going to do is it's actually going to cut it. The biscuit fits in like that, and it will line up with the next one. They go together like so. That way now it's perfectly even across here. A little bit of sanding and these things will be dead on, ready to go. Usually we're working with fiberglass, Bondo, India, things like that. It's really kind of a treat to have a chance to work with some real wood and, you know, play with a tree.
Everything we do here, it's about going the extra mile. So when Big John wanted to Cummins diesel in his COE, you know, I gave a call to some Cummins specialists who come from a tiny little town, hour and a half north of here, called Nacogdoches. What's up? Hey, what's happening, man?
What's up, Bill? How you doing, brother?
Man, real good. Appreciate you guys coming down.
Absolutely. No problem, man.
And what'd you think about this, man?
This is awesome.
It's like beauty, man.
I doubt there's very many 52 Ford run around with a 4BT in.
Right.
Dude, I can't wait to hear this thing run, man. Get a hold of that pump, turn it up, make it roll some coal.
Do what you do. Let's get this thing running.
Let's get her done.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Stock, this engine's about 120 horsepower. We're going to have John's pushing about 3 turns, pump work, turbo.
It should give us about 600 foot-pounds of torque, which is plenty for moving this big old truck.
That's a bad little engine.
Yes, it is.
Big bang for your buck. All right, now that we got the front cover off, I think we're ready to go ahead and clean everything up, make sure there's no debris or anything inside of it that could potentially cause a malfunction or failure, and then put our new billet front cover on. So the advantage of this front cover versus the old style one is that they actually were prone to leaking a lot. They were a really thin piece of metal, and these engines heat up and cool down so much that they actually start to warp and breaks the seal on the gasket. So the advantage of this, it's a lot thicker, a lot stronger. It helps create a better seal over time, and we won't have oil going everywhere either.
These 4-cylinder Cummins, these 4BTs, they run great fuel mileage, and they can move a big vehicle for the size of them, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot of companies use them that do a lot of deliveries.
Yeah.
And they're running 24/7.
24/7.
Putting 400, 500,000 miles on these things, and they just
keep on running. Okay, so we're taking these single valve covers off. We're going to put one solid piece of billet aluminum on here. They tend not to leak as much. Instead of a gasket that kind of overlaps these, we got O-rings on each one that's cut into the billet piece. Looks a lot better than what we have here. So
So what we're putting on here is a harmonic balancer. Typically 4BTs didn't come with them because they were in industrial use. They didn't really care about vibration in the engine or anything like that. Seeing as this is going in a truck now, this helps dampening all the vibrations coming from the crank and just really smooths out the engine idle and gives you a nice ride.
Bill and his guys did an amazing job getting this to fit, and we can fire this thing up. You ready to start it?
Yeah, I got the launch crack ready to bleed it out.
Let's do it.
Hit it.
This thing sounded awesome, man. This thing's gonna give John plenty of room in here. It's just gonna fit the bill, man. It's just gonna run great. I mean, it just sounds awesome, man.
Woo! Sounds great.
John's been putting in hours and hours of making the wood to put in the running boards and the flatbed. You know, it takes a lot of experience to work with the hardwood.
As you can see, I got it all roughed out and cut to shape. So the next thing I'm gonna do is take my template. I'm just gonna clamp the template to this and take my hand router and the flush trim bit and work my way around it. Slowly ease my way around the corners. With this being a hardwood, I'm gonna have to be careful so it doesn't tear out and split out on the ends. So take a little bit more time than cutting MDF, but way worth it. Well, we got this one piece ready to go. So next step is get it over to the paint shop and we'll get a finish put on it. Man, that sure does look good. Awesome. Man, I can't wait to see them in the truck. It's gonna be beautiful, man. Beautiful.
So we're gonna get the wood ready to stain. The stain's gonna look great with this type of wood. It's gonna give it the clarity that we want, and it's gonna be beautiful. I want it to be fairly natural, so I don't want a really heavy pigmented stain. So this is gonna be very transparent. It's gonna highlight the wood, so we'll put it on there. I wanna go in a circular motion to make sure that I get all of this stain mixture here applied evenly. So I'll come back and I'll wipe it this way out. Got the clear in the gun, and we're gonna get to spraying. We're going for a full fill finish, just like a piano would have. So in order to seal the pores of the wood, we need to keep coating it, keep sanding it, smooth it out really well, and that's the way we're gonna get that look that Bill wants.
Builds like this, I like to have the design flow from the inside out. So the wood on the bed is gonna flow all the way into the interior.
Now I got all the measurements and everything. We've got the shifter in and the doghouse, so we know everything's gonna fit like we should. So now I just gotta transfer all these measurements to a piece of chipboard, and then we'll start building this console. All right, now we got all the pieces cut out. We're gonna put the base of the console together. Once we get it all together, we're gonna go ahead and start on the top section of it. It's gonna look pretty nice. I'm loving it so far. I think it's going to be just like what was envisioned. You know, we're going to have the two googly eyes here, two more googly eyes here, shifter right there, compartment with plenty of storage, plenty of room. You'll see when these sides go on, it's actually going to leave us a 1/4-inch gap in the center for our aluminum. That's going to run like a belt line all the way across here. And then we're going to have our lace wood veneer on the top. So where this lid opens up, I don't want to see screws. We have our center screws. We're going to attach from inside this panel through the aluminum and pull this together. So it's going to give a real clean look without seeing one screw whatsoever. People are going to wonder how it's held together. Like most things I build, the console is a puzzle. You know, I build everything from inside out. It's the little details that count. A lot of extra work, but it's worth it in the end. I like it.
of the COE puzzle are built, we got to complete the picture. That's installing the doors, adding the stereo, final electrical, and of course installing the beautiful hardwood and the running boards in the bed.
There has been a ton of work. I know I say that a lot of work in this thing.
You know, the great thing about customization is you have this one idea, your one base idea to start off of. And once you start, getting into it, you're transforming your vehicle into something, your vision. There's always other ideas along the way that even make your vision greater. There's always something to put your personal touch on.
Once you do add that one or two pieces, now you got to keep going down the truck.
Snowballs.
Everybody pushes the boundaries every year.
Well, that's one good thing about customization. It never does stop.
The wheels get bigger, tires get bigger, brakes get bigger, suspensions get taller, try to get lower. Same with stereo, same with changing paint. It's just on and on and on.
That's what's great about the industry that we're in. There's always something higher to reach for, something to improve on. The Ford COE has just been a huge build. Everybody at the shop has been pushing one another to create Big John something he can be proud of for years to come.
I've waited a long time for decided to get this COE back. How you doing?
Hey man, good. Good to see
you. Got out here.
Man, I always like coming out here and hanging out with you.
Well, I always loved having you. I invited my grandkids out here so they could see this because they all love the milk truck, but the bar was high on that.
That's right. I know, you won't accept nothing less than that for sure.
I hope you exceeded that bar on this one.
Absolutely. Been a long time coming. I know you're ready. You guys ready?
You're ready.
Let's check this thing out. Come on, John.
Awesome. You did good. Look at that rascal.
What you think?
Yeah. I like it. Look at the blade. You hit the paint perfect. Compared to what it was.
The sun hitting this Lamborghini orange, this thing looks amazing.
Hey, Don.
Hey, John.
You got a hand in this one, doing this one?
Yes, sir.
You did the milk truck? Mm-hmm. Fantastic. You did an awesome job.
Thank you, sir.
Tell me everything about it. What all y'all do?
Now I got to tell you what we started with on this one, right?
We had a nasty truck.
Nothing lined up on this. There was rust everywhere. Months and months of metal work, just making everything
fit right.
We dropped the frame out of this thing, redid the suspension, powder coated it just by making a Western hauler style bed. It just really fits this style of the truck.
Great. What type of wood is this?
That's a lace wood with mahogany inserts, and also brought it down into the running boards just to bring some color in that, contrast, and just be something that nobody's ever seen before.
I mean, the lines are beautiful. The wood cut is perfect. You come up with the extraordinary every time. I appreciate it.
Of course, he threw us a curveball on this thing.
We changed with the diesel motor.
Yeah, we had this thing almost all buttoned up as far as the engine wise, and then with this nice curveball.
Oh, well, I knew y'all could handle it.
Let's check this out.
Let's go check it out. Whoa, that looks fantastic. Great.
How the little 4BT looks right at home in this thing, right?
Isn't that really good?
Well, I'm glad you made that call because this thing needed a diesel.
When y'all picked it up, it didn't look like that.
No, you definitely wouldn't want to pop the hood the way it was before, right? You see the intercooler tubes go up in there. Just, man, it makes this thing really stand out. Had the one-way diesel guys come down. They turn this thing up. It's got over 300 plus horsepower, probably 1,000,000 foot-pounds of torque.
Should be Screamer now, huh?
Right? You ready to check out the interior?
You bet we are. Wow. You did fantastic. That looks good.
But you gotta have the comfort too, right?
Oh yeah, we gotta be able to cruise in it and enjoy it.
I mean, we started by ripping everything out of this thing and just starting fresh. Welded up all the holes in the dash and just woke this thing up, brought that orange color inside.
I like the wood here, but you brought it in here.
Right?
That is beautiful. All
just had to tie it all together.
And the console too.
Not only that, this thing sounds good too. You got all new stereo on this thing. It's all Bluetooth. New gauges, new AC, new everything.
The upgrades are unbelievable.
There's not anything in this thing from 1950.
That's true. That's true. This exceeded what I wanted. The orange all the bling, the wood, that rollback roof, all of it's fantastic. I'm looking really forward to taking this truck out.
Barbara said hi with the milk truck. How we do?
The milk truck's great, and this is better. If we ever do another one, you really gonna have some tough times. Thank you very much, Don. Thank you very much.
Let's get this thing in.
Let's get it inside.
You know, this job was a long one for us. You know, every guy in the shop has hours and hours and weeks, in some cases months. And this is a long, labor-intensive build, which I'm very proud of how this thing turned out. Reminds me of how good my whole team is. I'm proud of each and every one of my guys. I couldn't do this alone, and I appreciate everything they do for me and all my customers.